Nick here, hope you guys are doing well. And this video is a bit different, but I hope you guys will enjoy nonetheless. I get a lot of LinkedIn messages and emails from aspiring engineers that are trying to break their way into the tech industry, either by getting an internship or a job. And it's very often that I'm asked for things like resume help, recruiting advice, or just general networking tips. And all of this got me thinking. I've made videos in the past about how you can get the technical skills necessary to secure a great internship anywhere, but I've never really covered the soft skills, like the entire recruiting process, sending out a cold email, or even fine-tuning a resume. And I figured, why not turn this into a multi-part video series where I can offer you guys my insights on the entire process. Many of the tips and tricks that I've used have given me success at companies like SpaceX, Tesla, Google, and Facebook, and I hope that they'll have a similar effect on you. Today, I want to talk about resumes, and I'm not only going to walk through my resume and show it to you guys, but I'm also going to offer the opportunity to review and offer advice on yours. So stay tuned to the end of the video so you can figure out how to send me a copy. That being said, every week I'm going to go into a new dimension of recruiting. So while today might be about resumes, next week I'm going to talk about how you can package that file, put it into a great email, and send it off to a recruiter with a high likelihood of getting an interview. So without further ado, let's check it out. So before I go through my resume, I want to preface this conversation with a few things. First, imagine you're Google or Tesla or whatever. Just think for a second about the thousands of kids that are sending in resumes just like yourself on a daily basis. It makes the process incredibly hard to get by, and as a result, a recruiter probably is only going to look at your resume for about 20 to 30 seconds. So the question then becomes, how can you present yourself and prove that you're qualified for a particular position in a fraction of a minute? And I believe it comes with three things. The first is brevity. Be concise in the information that you portray. And the second and third are being able to be precise and impactful with the information that you write down. That being said, and perhaps the most important thing, the one thing that I want you guys to take away from this is that a good resume does not mean that you have fancy visuals or graphics or slider bars or these weird color wheels. In my opinion, that's just all nonsense that takes away from the content that you might have to show for yourself. So with that said, now we can take a look at what I'm working with. Now, through the magic of video, I'm actually going to be looking at my resume real time on my computer and then narrating it as I go by. In fact, this is the same copy that I sent to Tesla, SpaceX, Google, and Facebook, and I've had success with all four companies. So I hope it gives you guys a similar experience as well. Diving right into it, you should keep your resume at a maximum of 1 page. No back, just front. It's really important to do this because it keeps your information concise and it prevents you from rambling. So diving right into the content itself, I first start with a very short description of education and skills. This should take no more than a couple of lines just to highlight what you're studying and where, along with any relevant skills you might have. Granted, I keep my skills pretty general, like product management and software engineering, but you can specify if you desire. Diving right into the experience section, this is what's most important. This is what recruiters will spend the most of their time looking at, and it's really important for you to flush this section out. In regards to some of my own experience, I've put the 5 most important things that I've done. This includes YouTube and writing for the Huffington Post, as well as any summer internships that I might have had. So I was a software engineer at Tesla for the last 2 years. I'm most likely going to be going back as well. So I like to spend a little bit of time giving a short paragraph about the work that I've done. And even with my technical product management intern experience, I also spend a few sentences describing the work that I've done, along with any technical or hardware or software specifics that I might have been involved in. This section is incredibly important so recruiters can see where you've been, what you've been doing, and most particularly whether or not you were apt in doing so. Now we can move into selected projects. This is a hugely underrated part of any technical resume because I think it's hugely important and people often underestimate its ability. This section shows that you're more than what meets the eye and that you do things for fun and that you're a born engineer or creator or artist. Selected projects are a great way to showcase some of your ability that maybe wasn't expressed in your work experience. So taking a look at some of the projects I've done, these are mainly software utilities things that I thought were really, really cool. For example, the Twitter widget that I built was actually on my main flagship website for a while because I thought it'd be useful. These projects can be anything you might have hacked together or thrown together on GitHub with your friends, or even done in a club at school. Really, really important to fill out this section and make sure you spend some time on it. Be truthful, don't make projects up because they might ask for your code, but most importantly, be honest. This is where you can showcase a bit of your fun side. What have you done that's cool and interesting that no one else has? Finally, I like to end my resume with a bit of coursework. This not only shows recruiters that you're taking the initiative and you have a willingness to be challenged in an academic environment, but more importantly, that you're actually educated in the topics that you claim to be. As you can see, my resume is only made up of a few sections, and by being concise, precise, and impactful in the information that you convey, you also can set yourself up really well. There really isn't that much to it. So that's what my resume looked like, and again, this is not the only way of doing things. A lot of other people have had success doing wildly different things, but I'm simply sharing what I've had a lot of success with, and I hope it's gonna help you guys as well. But most importantly, and the best part of this whole video, is that for those of you that want a second pair of eyes at your own resume and would like me to offer advice on it, that's what I'm here for. And I'm only doing this for my subscribers, so if you're not subscribed yet, make sure you hit that button. That being said, all you have to do is send an email to thetech2020@gmail.com, make the subject line resume, and then in the actual body of the email, tell me your YouTube username so I can make sure you're a subscriber, and then of course, attach the copy of the resume that you'd like me to look at. I'm currently on winter break, so I can take as much time as I need, actually 2 weeks, and I can get through all of the resumes you guys send me. As long as this video doesn't go viral, I'll be able to crank through easily a few hundred to a few thousand in the span that I have free. This is only the first part of a 4-video series that I have planned to walk you guys through the entire recruiting process. Next week, I'm gonna talk about how you can take that resume and find any email of any recruiter at any tech company and send it off with a great introduction of yourself, your skills, and all with a high likelihood of getting an interview. So make sure you guys subscribe for that. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for making it this far. Click my links down below to read my Huffington Post articles and follow me on social media when you can. Thanks, guys.